All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the first edition of 2026 Community Board Street Life meetings. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. How this meeting will run is after the applicants tell us about their businesses, I will first go to the members of the public for any comments or questions on these applications. I will then go to fellow board members. Any action at this committee will go to a full board vote in our full meeting a few weeks from now. Please address any comments that you have to me. I'd like to avoid any crosstalk. And let's please all observe the norms of decorum. We are all here to get a communal outcome. I'd also like to ask people to please try to be succinct and keep comments to the merits of these individual applications. For board members, please make sure to follow along by having the application materials open and in front of you as we consider each entity. Please be at the ready to make motions to approve, disapprove, as well as call the questions. For the applicants here tonight, please tell us your location, your hours of operation, if this is the first time you're doing something like sidewalk or roadway cafes, and any changes that you've had from the last time you had something set up for outdoor dining. Please also tell us any complaints that your business has faced with these setups and what you've done to address and remedy them. And importantly, for those who are applying for sidewalk or roadway cafes, this meeting will go faster if you say, we will comply with all of the rules and regulations from the NYC Department of Transportation. I also would please like to remind all the applicants to take down their postings in the areas where you put them up at the completion of the full board meeting. Thank you. I'm looking for a successful start to the meetings this year. I'll now turn things over to Jordan to give us the rules of the road for technical support.
Thank you, Lindsay. Welcome. If this is your first time joining us virtually, you will notice that you are currently muted, and everyone will remain muted throughout the meeting except for the committee co-chair, Lindsay, and any presenters as we move through the agenda. Following the presentations, the co-chair will ask on members of the public wishing to speak. You can participate by pressing the raise hand button on the bottom of your screen, not the wave or thumbs up, as those will disappear. Only press it once. If you press it a second time, your hand will go back down. If you're calling in on the phone, it is *+9 to raise your hand and *+6 to unmute. Be on the lookout for a prompt asking you to confirm unmuting once the co-chair calls on you. The chat is available for technical support only to help with Zoom software problems, not to ask questions of the co-chair. She will not see the chats. If you're using an older version of Zoom, you may need to find the React menu, Participants menu, or a button that says More, where you will find the raise hand feature in one of those. If you plan to speak during the meeting, it would help us if you would rename your device with your full first and last name or your business name. Please do not raise your actual hand or wave at the screen because we may not be able to see you. Chat me, I'm here for support.
Thank you very much, Jordan. By my count, we have 9 members present. That includes myself, Robin, Russell, Bill, Marco, Jane, Miles, DJ, Todd. Does that
Uh,
sound like your count as well?
that sounds right. Yeah, let me just rename everyone too. So we're all at the top.
Okay. While she's renaming people, do we have anyone for as a representative for the business VLLC doing business as Soledad here? And Julian, was that you? Okay. So I'm not sure, Jordan, if you can see Julian to unmute him to let him present.
Sent a prompt to unmute, you should be good.
Hi. Yes, I'm here with my attorney, Frank Polillo.
Okay, let's also have Frank get unmuted as well.
You're unmuted.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
We're here because unfortunately we blew our renewal. We were late with our renewal and we needed the community board's help with a waiver, and we thank you very much for that. And as you know, Julian's been operating this premises for a couple of years now. I'm sure without issues, knowing Julian as well as I do. Be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay. Before we go to the public, my understanding is that none of the materials were submitted to the board this time. Is that something you all are planning to remedy?
That's correct. There was a miscommunication between Julian and I. If it's something you need, I didn't know. It's not a new application. Nothing's changed from what we've done or the stipulations that we've signed with you.
Okay, so why don't we make sure that you coordinate with Jordan afterwards, and then I think the request should be for you to post flyers in between now and the full board meeting since they weren't up already.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Why do I have to post flyers for renewal?
Yeah, it's just sort of the standard operating procedure that everyone who's continuing to do business within the community has the opportunity to know if someone's coming up for renewal. And so it's one where everyone who comes before this board has to post a flyer. But presuming you're willing to do this, I think we can probably move forward.
Julian?
Yes, of course. Yeah, we can post those.
Yeah, it's like an issue of printing and taping. I hope it's not too onerous. Um, is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you, Lindsay. I would like to put a motion and then to speak. The motion is to approve with the stipulations that he is going to put posting as well as to provide all the information on time before the full board. Is that will okay, Mr. Patillo? Palillo? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Marco, how are you?
I'm okay. Happy New Year. I wish the
Happy
best.
New Year to you, my friend.
Okay. Okay, he's in agreement. Thank you. Somebody's gonna second. Thank
Well,
you.
it's not my agreement. It's Julian.
Yes, I will post or any requirements, of course, like I always do. It was just a miscommunication, but I will do it, of course.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bill? Do we unmute Bill?
Yes, I approve.
Oh, okay. So maybe you're calling the question.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I meant to call the
Okay.
question.
Okay. So this is a motion to approve with the stipulation that the flyers are posted and the paperwork is submitted to the board office before the full board meeting. I now recognize that Evan Meyerson is here. So if anyone is going to abstain or vote no on this, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 10-0 approval. All right. Thank you. Let's now go to our next order of business, which is with Bowen Hospitality doing business as Easton Bar and Grill. Do we have a representative from that business here?
Yeah, that's me, Kenny.
Okay, hi Kenny. Tell us a little bit about your business.
I mean, this is just a renewal. We've been in the
Mhm.
name for 18 years now. So, I like they just said in the last one, a lot of the paperwork is just seems so redundant. Like, why are we filling out the exact same paperwork every 2 years? I understand like the flyers, getting the notice out, so if people want to like say so if there was an issue or whatever, but like I'm filling out the same paperwork I did for my initial application. Like, like it's just a lot of unnecessary paperwork that I feel like could be avoided. And I also feel like there could be a better way of doing that. Like there's a lot of issues with sending all those images. Like I had a bunch of issues actually getting it to you. I sent multiple emails. I don't know if you actually got every piece, but they were getting like stuck in my outbox because they were too large.
Yeah, I have 49 things from you all.
Yeah, if there was like a maybe like a portal where you can just like upload files that way, that might be like an easier thing. And maybe the files that you're uploading, because they're a lot of them are the same files, would just stay with you in that portal would be like a nice way to make it a lot less redundant, a lot less work, and it's not gonna change anything, But yes, I'm here. We're just doing a renewal once again, 2 years. I've had no issues. I'd be happy to answer any questions if anybody has any questions.
Okay, before we get to that, as for the 2 years, that's not something that the community board set. That's a liquor license thing. But as for all the other pieces on the paperwork, I'll hopefully have better news for you soon. But our office is undergoing a revamp of how we do a lot of things. And so hopefully the idea of an online portal is one that can be realized fully. I think the limitations come from everyone on the board is a volunteer except for the few staff members. But I do know that it is a priority in this year to sort of like modernize the way that we do this. So your feedback is heard and people are trying to work on it.
And can I jump in really quick
Yeah.
too, just for some additional information as well? We typically do not require any sort of paperwork for renewal for a standard practice. It's only when there is a 30-day waiver request on that renewal. So
Okay.
yeah, any other instance in which you're submitting your renewal to us, we will not require any paperwork from you.
Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we all learned something.
Yeah.
Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. Motion to approve as presented.
Great. Kimberly seconds. I recognize she's here as well. So this is a motion to approve. Would anyone like to call the question? Perfect, Jane. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's planning to vote no or abstain, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as an 11-0 approval. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Okay. Let's now go to new applications for liquor licenses. Do we have a representative from Mex First doing business as NA? Oh, hi, Mike.
Michael
Yes,
Kelly.
I'm so glad you're first. If anyone here is going after Mr. Kelly, please listen to what he says. He always does this in a really nice, clean, smooth way. Thank you.
This is a pretty simple one, but Happy New Year to everybody. So this is an on-premise liquor license transfer application for Mex First LLC, located at 1685 First Avenue, which is between East 87th and East 88. We're a full-service Mexican restaurant. The applicant is buying the assets of the current licensee who has been there for over 8 years with an on-premise license. He'll be keeping the same DBA Conmingo, same method of operation, the same employees. Hours of operation will be 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week. We're keeping the same 17 tables, 42 seats, and a 7-seat bar. It's background music. Basically, nothing's changing except the ownership.
Okay, great. Do we have anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. A motion to approve as presented.
Great. And you've got seconds from people. Would anyone like to call the question? Yes, I see that. All right, this is a motion to approve. If anyone will be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as an 11-0 approval. All right, thank you very much. We'll now move on to Fellini. Is there a representative from Fellini?
We'll do it one more time just in case anyone missed anything. So this is an on-premise liquor license application for Fellini UES Corp., doing business as Fellini Coffee. We're in a space formerly occupied by Petit's Bakery. Address is 1335 Lexington Avenue between 88th and 89th Street. Will be basically a coffee shop during the day and a wine cocktail space at night. Hours of operation are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., just like our other locations. There's 5 tables, 11 seats, and an 8-seat bar for a total occupancy of 19. There is background music. Franco, the owner, currently operates 2 other Fellini locations, one with a wine and beer, the other with full liquor. He's also opening one on the Upper West Side. In the future, it's not part of this application. We'll be applying for a roadway cafe.
All right,
And
thank
if
you
there are
very
any
much.
questions?
Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. Motion to approve as presented.
Great, and you've got a second and people calling the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's planning to vote no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as an 11-0 approval.
Okay.
All right, moving
you.
right along. Thank you. Now we are moving to Bar Andiamo. Do we have a representative? All right. Hi, Mr. Grace.
Hi, everyone. How are you? Good afternoon. Similar to Mr. Kelly's first application, this is a transfer application, an asset purchase. This space is currently occupied by Stella and Fly, and it will be called Bar Andiamo. Same method of operation, same opening hours, same layout with tables. We have 10 tables, 26 seats at the tables, and 12 seats at the bar. It's a rebrand. It won't be called Sell and Fly, it'll be something else, but essentially similar theme, a coffee, wine, cocktail bar. Happy to take any questions.
All right. I see the shock on some of the members' faces about this change. Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco. Oh, wait,
Thank you.
actually,
I'm sorry.
let's go to, I recognize this late. I see Pamela Tucker.
Emily should have gotten a prompt to unmute. Just click confirm and then you should be able to start talking.
Hi. Thank you for taking my question. I live directly across the street from this establishment. And in the past, when there were some other previous owners and they hosted live music, the sound was very clear in my apartment and in the building. So I'd appreciate if any of these questions could be addressed by somebody. Will the front door be closed during the live music? Because in the past, that wasn't the case. The door was open. And are there any measures in place to ensure the music stays within the establishment so it wouldn't be going across the street or in the neighborhood? And if there's a phone number available for a manager that if any nearby residents hear this noise going on, we can be in touch with. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Tucker. Taking the last question first regarding the phone number, I am sure that the applicants will be more than amenable, and maybe they'll shoot that over to the community board to be sent direct to you. And yeah, to take care of that. In terms of noise mitigation, the windows are sealed, so there's no danger of sort of an accordion window opening during the summer and music coming out. It's just the door. I can't speak to prior ownership. There have been this owner or the current licensee and a prior licensee under the same theme. I can't speak to how either the current or the previous one was, but my understanding is that we're not talking live bands, live music. We're talking potentially an acoustic singer, and all doors need to be closed by New York regulations anyway at either 10 or 11 based on the day of the week. So I'm confident that there won't be an issue, and they'll follow all New York City regulations regarding that.
Could I ask one more question? A sealed window, does that mean that the sound stays in or the sound goes out? And that's my last question. I asked what I had to, and thank you.
It means this, I mean, a sealed window means the sound stays in. I mean,
Okay.
no window keeps
Well, that's not the case.
100%.
Thank
but
you.
All right, and it's Mr. Grace, you have your client here right now as well.
Yes, Mr. Vinci, Jason, he's here.
Jason, would you mind to shoot over that phone number to Jordan? She's Community Board 8. You can chat that in the Zoom, and then Jordan can route that over to Miss Tucker.
Yes, and Jason, you can just respond to those emails that we've been corresponding in with the best number that I could share with Miss Pamela.
And I don't know why it shows that you're not muted, but we can't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like a thumbs up would be sufficient if you agree to this. Sounds great. Okay. Let's go to Marco.
Thank you. I would like to put a motion with the stipulations. And the stipulation is basically the musical and the decibel levels. It will be in compliance with the building code. The door has to be closed at all the times, and it has to control the noise through the windows, maybe with the blinds or something else. It will be help because glass transfer noise, even though that is sealed, like you said. But the problem is the glass is no acoustical, a good element, a good acoustic element. So I strongly recommend to use some kind of device, second device inside as a decoration. But this is your decision. That's my recommendation, and that will be my stipulation in that direction. Are you willing to accept those?
This premises has been in operation for years. I know we have had a suggestion from a community member, which is absolutely taken on board and will be adopted. I don't think it's appropriate to have to do a wholesale change in a window structure.
No, you don't change the window structure. You just put the inside some elements as a decoration. It will be help and control the noise.
I don't. It's not as simple as that. So
It is.
I think that the applicant would be more comfortable agreeing to abide by the New York City codes regarding keeping sound inside. There's absolutely. I mean that they're definitely going to be on board with that stipulation.
Okay, I agree with that part. If you're going to comply with the building code, that's in any event, you have to do something else. And if you receive complaints, that will be that you are failing to comply with the stipulation. But the building code, I think, is enough. Thank you.
Okay, so the way that I'm writing this Stipulation is that the applicant will agree to monitor the volume of the sound from live music events, be in compliance with building code on decibel levels, and make efforts to mitigate sound transfer, including keeping the doors closed in the event of live music events. Does that sound like something that would be agreeable?
I
I'm
think we
seeing a
have
thumbs
we
up
have a
from
thumbs up,
Jason.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so this then is the motion. Miles.
It was just a second.
Oh, a second. I'm going to take it as a call to question. So this is now a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as an 11-0 approval. All right, great. Let's move on to, thank you. Iki Sakai doing business as TBD between East 63rd and East 64th on 2nd Avenue. Do we have a representative?
Yeah.
Hello.
My name is Gary, and how are you, everyone? So, my business will be sushi omakase and applying beer and wine license and focus on food. So the wine is for pairing only. So no crazy music and yeah, simple. Yeah, simple. Yeah, sushi omakase under big building. So we're good for everyone, you know.
All right.
Yeah,
Is
so
there anyone
Urges,
from?
yeah, Urges, I forget. Urges is like 1203 2nd Avenue between 64 and 63. Yeah.
Thank you. Is there anyone from the public that has questions for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. I would like to put a motion. The motion is to approve with the stipulation that don't get crazy with the music. And I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. So it'll be our standard, and then Miles is seconding it. And then Kimberly's calling the question, right? This is a motion to approve. If anyone is going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as an 11-0 approval. All right, awesome. Now we're going to move on to the second portion of the evening, which is new applications for roadway and sidewalk cafes. Do we have a representative from LX Avenue Bagels doing business as Tall Bagels? Hello, Mr. Kelly.
Oops, sorry, Michael. Should get another prompt now.
You're still muted, Mr. Kelly. That was probably on our end.
No,
Yep.
my end.
Yep, okay.
So we will apply with all the rules and regulations of the New York City Department of Transportation. And this is a sidewalk cafe application for Tao Bagels located at 1228 Lexington Avenue between 83rd, East 83rd and East 84th Streets. We're applying for 5 tables and 10 seats. 3 tables and 6 seats are on 83rd Street using 4 feet 6 inches of a 14-foot 6-inch sidewalk. There is a fire hydrant on that side of the street that we're 8 feet away from. The hours of operation are 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Sidewalk Cafe will be 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m., 8 p.m. on Sunday. And we have 12 tables with 24 seats inside and 1 bathroom that will be open to anyone sitting outside also.
Okay. Does anyone from the public have questions or comments for this applicant? Let's go to David Gingold, and you're still muted, but you should get a prompt to unmute from the board office. There you go.
I'm unmuted. Thank you very much. I just have a question for the overall for the community board. Are there limitations set in place of how many sidewalk cafes or sidewalk permits there are? Is there a finite amount of them?
To my knowledge, no, there isn't. It's not like there's only X many things that can be given out. It's that they all have to adhere to the dining out NYC regulations.
Okay. I would just make a comment that a bagel establishment, I don't want to discriminate against a certain kind of cuisine or favor one type of cuisine over another, but I feel like an establishment that has a very takeout type of business, encouraging or allowing more sidewalk seating for something that's like a grab and go seems like an additional way to clog up the streets in the community when, again, it's buying coffee and a bagel and then having people congregate and sit outside seems a little unnecessary.
All right, this comment is heard.
Thank
Mr. Kelly, I don't know if there's anything that you'd like to say to that.
A lot of it, he's correct. A lot is grab and go. People are grabbing bagels, going home with them. But we also have a lot of clientele that want to sit down. They're sitting down in their neighborhood. They want to sit outside the bagel store and have a bagel and a cup of coffee.
All right, let's recognize Marco.
Thank you. I would like to put a motion then to speak. The motion is to approve as presented. And I
All
would
right.
like to speak.
You've got the second. Let's go ahead.
Okay. I think for the gentleman that just spoke, I agree with you. The only problem is, well, we had to follow the regulations. And if they comply with the regulations, we cannot do much in that direction. And this is what I propose. I put the resolution to approve this application, as well as you hear many other applications. Thank you.
Thank you. And before we get to calling the question, let's recognize Ryan Albeida.
Hi, thank you. I just moved to this neighborhood. I'm so excited to be here at this meeting. I just have a quick follow-up question to that and different things. I was trying to look on a geo map and I couldn't find where there are trash cans associated near that street corner. I'm just curious if like making sure that when we do approve different things for outdoor dining, if someone could either link reference to where trash bins are or different things. My biggest concern with outdoor dining is just having more litter end up on the streets. And so I don't know if the bagel place is going to put a trash can out or something like that. But I really like my neighborhood clean. So I'm hoping that it remains that way. Thank you.
Thank you, and thanks for coming. And if you really want to have a good time, you should come to our in-person full board meeting. It's a way to meet all your new neighbors. Mr. Kelly, I don't know if you want to speak to trash can locations. When I looked at your photos, I didn't see any.
But we clean up all our tables. We've been doing that for many years. They had a sidewalk cafe for years prior to COVID and operated during COVID. We haven't gotten any complaints from our neighbors about trash on the street.
Yeah, because I see I guess I see your bins against the wall here. Okay. All right. Miles, are you calling the question? Yes. Okay. So this is a motion to approve. If anyone's, and I recognize that Lori Borres is here now as well. So if anyone is going to vote no or abstain, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 12-0 approval. All right. Let's now move on to 85th and 3rd LLC doing business as ME Squared. Thank you.
Hi there. My name is Topher Bertol-Nudford, Director of Operations for the ME Squared brand. This is a, I mean, I know it's put in as a new patio permit, but the patio permit, I believe, was lapsed, and that's why we are applying as a new patio permit. We are a Detroit-style pizza and burger restaurant, 74 seats inside, 2 bathrooms. Our hours of operation are 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. during the week and 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday night. The application is for 8 tables, 5 on 3rd Avenue side and 3 on the 81st Street side. On the 3rd Avenue side, the sidewalk is 15 feet wide. So we will be using 5 feet of that as per the New York Department of Transportation rules and regulations. We will be complying by all rules and regulations set out by the New York Department of Transportation. On the 81st Street side, pull up my map, the sidewalk is 15 feet as well, and we will be using 5 feet of that as well for the 3 tables. If there are any questions, happy to answer them. There will be no music being played outside. And our you know, we are a family-friendly restaurant, so you know, we keep our music to a minimum. The doors are a double door, so that we're not keeping the doors open.
All right. Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Yeah, I have a question. Your location is on 3rd Avenue and 81st Street on the east side. Is that correct?
No,
On
on
the
the
west
west
side.
side.
And the
The
west
west
side.
side. Yeah, so it's
Okay.
the southwest corner of
Okay.
81st and 3rd.
Okay.
Yes, our name is a bit misnomer. I think that was when we were initially looking at another location and we had already put in the LLC for it. So I can understand there might be some confusion.
Okay. Thank you so much. I cannot put any motions since I spoke. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's recognize Miles.
Motion to approve as presented.
Great. DJ seconds it, and TJ Stein calls the question. This is a motion to approve. If anyone's going to be voting no or abstaining, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 12-0 approval. All right, great. Let's now move to City Swiggers. Is there a representative from City Swiggers here?
Hi, this is Alan Rice.
Hi, Alan. Please go ahead with your presentation.
We're applying for City Swiggers has been open since 2011. We're a beer shop and tap room. We have approximately 30 seats and 9 tables inside, and we're applying to continue using the 4 tables and 16 chairs outside that we've had since COVID. We originally had a street booth and sitting along the curb, but we are now applying for that now.
Okay. And did you have any complaints in the last time that it was set up in your outdoor dining?
None that I'm aware of, no.
All right. Is there anyone from the public that would like to have questions or comments for this applicant? Let's go to Beth Goldman.
Hi, I live above City Swiggers, and there have been numerous noise complaints since 2011 when they opened.
Have there been any
And
since?
having
Wait. I have to stop this right now. I would like to apologize to anyone coming after us. Every time we come before the board, this is going to go on for at least 60 minutes as far as I know. And I apologize for the people after us. But since before we even opened, every time I've had to come before this committee, it has gone on and on and on for hours. So I apologize in advance for the people coming after us.
All right, let's let Beth go ahead and finish her question.
Just that they've been since COVID using the 4 tables. They've added to the curbside when it's warm out, and the noise that comes into my apartment. We've been dealing with them. Their liquor license was disapproved by the board in 2003 because of stipulations set up with the music inside, which they did not follow. And they had a week after the stipulations were given, they had live music inside. The music should be turned off by 10 o'clock, and it is not. It goes on to 11:30, 12 inside. So I can only imagine what's going to happen outside when they say that they close at 10 o'clock.
Okay,
you don't have to imagine. We've had it for years. And everything you say is from before. Everything you say is from before the last time I had to listen to you, the last time I was before the board. We've had no complaints, no written complaints, no police since in years.
Because in 2003, the board disapproved your liquor license because you had that live band a week after.
Yes, one time we had a live band on our anniversary party.
Okay. Yes,
and that was 3 years ago.
Let's pause on this. I think nearly everyone on this board remembers the 2023 and then the subsequent write-ups of this, so we know what you're talking about.
Bring it on.
Mr. Rice, would you agree to a stipulation that says that any music ceases by 10 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
No, wait, no, not inside. No, I will not. No, I will not.
Oh, okay.
Our hours are we have till 11 or till midnight, and there is no loud music here. I'm sorry, there is no loud music here.
Ellen, your music is on right now. I can hear it through my apartment, no matter how
We
low you
we
play
had
it. I
come
hear
on.
it.
We had sound engineers
Nope.
come in. They went into your apartment. We are legal. We are in the law.
All right. So
We
we're not
have
agreeing to that
no,
stipulation.
we
Let's
have
hold. Let's pause here.
we have
Let's
a sound limiter attached to our stereo, which was approved.
Mr. Rice, I want to get to a communal outcome on this, but let's pause and let's recognize Kimberly and see what are the questions Kimberly has.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, hi. It's it sounds like you remember everything. And I actually do hear the music now. And I know, Alan, that you think it's not loud, but we can hear it in our apartments. When the expert came in to do the sound test, you took some steps, but you didn't do everything. So it's never been resolved, the noise issue inside. And I don't know. I filed 31 complaints. I don't know why. I mean, it just seems pointless now. I don't know what to do. I wish we could resolve this so that this issue, so that we don't have to deal with this every time there's a community meeting.
So I'm looking, thank you. I'm looking at the application, Mr. Allen, and I mean, the outdoor dining is going to have to close at 10 p.m. Because that's, yes, okay.
Yes, that's one of the rules
Correct.
of the DOT, which we must
Correct.
agree to.
And your assertion that like we will be open till midnight will be on the weekends only?
No, we normally stay open noon till 10. However, we are permitted to stay open till midnight if there are people here.
On weekends or on every?
On the weekends.
Yes, okay, that's what I see as well. Let's go to Robin.
I very well remember their most recent application prior to the one this evening. Are you, Lindsay, saying this was in 2023?
I think so. That's my recollection of this last time.
It was in my estimation.
Oh, maybe no. It's more recent. It's more recent. I'm sorry.
Much
You're
more
right.
recent.
Yeah, it's
Much
more recent.
And when they applied much more recently, there were a multitude of neighbors who came before.
When you say multitude, how many do you mean? Give an exact number.
I don't have an exact number, Mr. Rice, but it was.
So does that mean like 20 or 30?
Let me just finish speaking and then, please feel free to have the floor. They are just not a good neighbor to the folks on East 86th Street. And
what do you mean by that?
Mr. Rice, let's let her finish. Otherwise, we're going to move to muting while you're talking.
Every time
while someone else is talking. So let's let Robin finish.
Yeah, I just feel that there's a lot of neighborly and community and East 86th Street opposition to this application. They were here recently last year, and it doesn't seem that they've ameliorated the problem in any way. So I'm going to say now that I'm a no vote on this one. Thanks.
All right. Let's go to Marco.
Thank you, Lindsay. I think the gentleman, since he opened, we have the problem, and he never corrected. If he correct properly the problem of the noise, we shouldn't be discussed about. And I think, sir, please, when I'm speaking, you gotta listen. When I finish to speak, then you speak. By the way, it's Lindsay who make the decision. The issue, what I perceive is we had to take some actions because I think we cannot continue with some kind of negligence of the part of the business. They cannot manage properly, or at least has to prove us that there is control of the noise. And we are not against your business. We don't want to go against your business, but I think we had to respect those residents above you. This community hall is a residential district. It's just the commercial is just only the first floor. We don't have the rest is completely residential. So you are in a residential district, sir. And thank you so much. I'm going to say no this application. Thank you.
All right. I see that there is another member of the public. So Miles and TJ, I'm going to go to Mark and then come back to you.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, look, I want to formally vouch for City Swiggers and its role in our neighborhood. I've been a member of our neighborhood for 17 years. My son is autistic and extremely sensitive to loud noise. It's very difficult for me to find places where I can take him. He's 8 years old now, and I've been taking him there since he was 3 months old. He wears protective headphones. And if he could not be at that establishment, he would have told me he would refuse to be there. And I've been a regular member of that community and that establishment for 10 years at this point. He has quite literally grown up at City Swiggers with a lot of other children of all ages as well. Again, this is a very family-friendly establishment. I believe it is a pillar of the community. It's one of the reasons why I love living in this corridor near 86th and 2nd Avenue. And I believe beyond my own family's experience and all of the friendships that he and I have made at this establishment over the years, City Swiggers has made a meaningful contribution to the neighborhood beyond family. It is a steward of that corridor going between 2nd and 1st Avenue. Whenever there have been searches or on the lookouts for people of interest to police, I have personally witnessed on multiple occasions Pam and Ann, who are the owners of this, to go beyond the norm to help law enforcement protect our community. There aren't a lot of places like that in New York City, in particular on the Upper East Side. And so I just want to end on this one note, that in my view, City Swiggers operates with integrity, community mindedness, and a genuine regard for the neighborhood and the people that it serves. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Miles.
Hi, I just want to say I understand your frustration, Mr. Rice, that this is, a difficult and stressful process. But my question is, kind of what is the rationale to not agreeing to a stipulation and just agreeing with your neighbors to even lower the current volume that you're at? I understand that you believe that it is quiet enough. However, your neighbors obviously express concerns, and it's a stress and annoyance for you. And it seems like the easy solution is just to agree to that stipulation to lower it. So I'm just curious why you not do that. Thank you.
We have lowered it. I don't understand why people say we haven't. There is a noise limiter. We cannot go above a sound that has already been approved. I mean, we cannot go any louder if we wanted to. This was installed many years ago. We've installed soundproofing.
All right, let's go to TJ Stein.
We're normally closed at 10 o'clock.
Lindsay, I'm just curious, since I wasn't aware of the previous, I wasn't on the board. Do we have like a number of, it was said that there was numerous complaints. Do we have access to the number of neighbors that did complain, and what those, how those were handled? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's an empirical question. All of these are recorded. The board office has it. I don't have the number off of the top of my head. My recollection is in between 4 and 10 people, but it is an empirical, knowable question.
Okay, I might have to review that before I can participate in a vote, I think.
All right. Yeah. So if you go to Google or YouTube, and it might be kind of difficult to figure out when City Swiggers is, you might have to chat Jordan, and she can probably figure out which meeting it was in. Or it seems like Kimberly might be able to help you if you guys want to email. Okay. I will do one more round with Kimberly and Beth, and then I'd like to move on this. So Kimberly.
Hi. Just, I think two or three things. One, I did have a question about the kids, because I noticed a lot of kids are in there, and I thought it was a bar. because there are a lot of beer tastings. And so I'm just a little confused about that. But even when the music's off in my apartment, I still hear the crowds when there's a beer tasting in the afternoons and evening.
Wow.
So because it's loud and they sing happy birthday and they cheer. I don't know if you have a TV and watch sports. But also we were told by your landlord many times over the years that you're supposed to be closed by 10 and the music will be blasting at 1 a.m. And it wakes me up. So I don't know if you're not there and it's your employees. I don't know, but it's just confusing. You say, I thought you're supposed to be closed at 10, but now you're saying it's midnight and we hear the music at 1. And I just wish we could fix this. And also, regarding the outside space, there are a lot of times people out there smoking right outside our front door still, which is just unpleasant to walk out in and out of. And I don't know, that's it. I just wish we could resolve this.
So, as for like young people in bars in New York State, there is no law that has a minimum age for being in a bar as long as they're with a parent or legal guardian. So, provided that they're not consuming alcohol, there's not a restriction against that. So, there's not an issue there. I'm wondering though, if given that there's like this repeat occurrence of similar neighbors coming back, do you all have a cell phone, Alan's number that you can call directly so that you can chat when a 1 a.m. thing happens?
We know, and until for the first several years, we would call the shop number, or we'd go downstairs and they would yell at us and tell us to F off and to call the police on them.
So I'm wondering if Mr. Rice, if you'd be willing, like one of the earlier applicants we had, to give a phone number that could allow Kimberly and Beth to directly have access to you or whoever else is running the businesses on premise, so that in the event that there's a 1 a.m. musical challenge, would that be something you'd be amenable to?
It sounds like they don't want anyone in there at all because there are voices.
The question that I'm asking is if you'd be willing to give a contact phone number.
I want to think about that a minute. Or is this required?
It's certainly not required. It's just a question about neighborliness and in a way that to sort of ease the concerns of your community.
They're talking about 10 years ago. There is no. I don't know.
All right. While you think about it, let's go to Beth's last words. You should get a prompt on you in a minute, Beth.
I'm sorry. All we're asking is that the music is turned off by 10 o'clock inside. It happened Monday through Thursday. Alan, I don't even know if you're there, but your staff is in there with the TVs and the music playing. All I'm asking, all Kimberly and I are asking, at 10 o'clock, the music go off. And the second thing was, the last time I was there to talk to you about the loud music, you called 911. You called the cops twice. 911. Saying I'm threatening you. So that stopped. The police had never talked to him again. That stopped. He's just not interested. From day one when we met him, he was not interested in anything we had to say or management talking to him. So that's it. We just want the music as the stipulation when you got your liquor license, that the music is turned off at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And maybe you're not aware that your staff plays the music Monday through Thursday.
Here's the thing:
especially when there's the beer.
Yeah, it feels like there's like some slipperiness between awareness of the owner and what might be happening, and that's why I am wondering if this like ability to get in contact might be the easiest way to do it. While you ponder that, let's go to DJ. DJ, you're gonna have to get closer to your microphone because I can't hear you even though it says unmuted. Still no. Let's go to Bill and then try to come back to DJ. I don't know if you're gonna like toggle your sound stuff.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Mr. Rice, we have tenants complaining about the music, and you have the opportunity to try to work with them as good neighbor to mitigate the noise exposure. So I don't understand the reason why is it just what one of my fellow board members mentioned is to lower the volume or share your phone number with the neighbors. If they have some complaints, at least they have the opportunity to reach out to you directly to mitigate any issues between your business or establishment and your neighbors. I think that's being a good neighbors.
But if I may respond to that, they're saying that voices are too much, that it's not even music.
I don't even think it really much matters on that question. It's really the willingness to be accessible. I think that seems to be the root of what's happening here. Let's see, DJ, did you get your sound working?
I hope so.
Yes, there you
So-
go.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented and then speak. So we're clearly hearing the culmination of a long history here with a couple of people, and there's been back and forth over the years. I think there are, more people in the building that are not on this call. There are hundreds of people in the surroundings of the business that are not on this call to speak in favor or against. So we're not really getting necessarily a clear picture about how negligent this has been. I tend to lean towards what Lindsay suggested. You all should be able to talk this out as adults and not, necessarily bring it before a more formal board like this. And I suggest doing so, but otherwise I think this is going to keep going back and forth. So motion to approve, let's put it to a vote.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve on the floor. Before we go to calling the question, I do want to say that we received one mailed in comment, which was a constituent who's a neighbor to the business that complained that the owners of City Swigert had a history of allowing and even encouraging patrons by supplying them with ashtrays to smoke outside their premises. They were worried that it would continue or worsen if they were approved for a sidewalk cafe. I'll say I went over to City Swiggers this afternoon myself, worried that I might see evidence of this, and I didn't see cigarette butts in the tree beds. And so I am wondering, given this complaint, if we could have a stipulation that says that we certainly wouldn't provide ashtrays to outdoor patrons. Is that something you'd agreed to, Mr. Rice?
We have no ashtrays. I don't know where that came from.
So it sounds like you would agree to that stipulation?
Absolutely.
Okay. And on this question of the phone accessibility, do you feel like you've had sufficient time to consider it?
Yeah. Our phone number is published. We have cards with our phone number on them.
I think that
the
seems
front.
insufficient based on the people who have come before us today and in the past. Is there a more direct number?
I have a question for you. I've sat through many of these meetings, and I don't know of any other businesses where they're forced to close early or forced to turn off music. Is that a common complaint, or is that only for us?
When it is a complaint, I will say nearly everyone I've ever seen bends over backwards to make themselves available in the event that someone from the community wants to get a hold of them. So that seems to be a difference here. And as to whether or not people accept stipulations to have things closed earlier, it's a one-off. As it stands right now in the motion for this matter, there's not a close earlier. It's still that 10 p.m. 10 p.m. outside is always going to be 10 p.m. and then midnight on the weekends. Okay. We have a motion. We haven't recognized Russell tonight, so let's go to Russell.
The motion I don't think was seconded, and whether it was or not, I either will make a motion to disapprove or a substitute motion to disapprove. If it's seconded, I will speak to it.
Okay. Russell with the parliamentary procedure, Marco with the second. Let's go.
So there's, years of context here. And I do think it's relevant. I mean, I remember there was a time where we passed, I think the last time, we passed a resolution that said no live music. The applicant came here, agreed to the stipulation in front of all of us, said that that's what they were agreeing to. And then the next day had an event in the premises with live music. I mean, I don't think I've ever experienced anything that flagrant in my time on this committee. I mean, it's just stunning. Like, obviously, the applicant would have known that they have a live music event the next day. It's pretty clear. So right off the bat, that colors my entire perception of you have different people talking about what's going on. And I think that's very relevant for understanding what's really happening here. The other thing that's fairly unprecedented, and I think Lindsay touched on this, it's actually extremely common for establishments to agree to stipulations that are less than, what they're sort of like fully legally entitled to in terms of hours of operation or whatever. It's very common for establishments in response to concerns from residents and neighbors to agree to, earlier cutoff times for music or some other sorts of procedures. I mean, this is a committee where we sort of fashion remedies like that all the time with agreement from the establishments. And sometimes the establishment will come back and say, well, look, we can't do this, but maybe we could do this or whatever. I don't think I've ever seen a time where every single time reasonable things are put forward, the applicant just says, no, I'm not going to do that, and basically isn't willing to do any of it and just rejects every single accommodation out of hand. I can't think of a time where somebody said, can you give us a way to get a hold of you because you want to do the right thing? And when something is going wrong, we need to know that somebody with actual authority is going to handle it. They've always said yes, every single other time I can ever remember. I don't understand what the deal is with the timing here, because the residents have asked for a music cutoff of 10 p.m. The applicant has said multiple times that they generally close at 10 p.m. Nevertheless, for some reason, which I can't frankly understand, it's very confusing to me, and I just don't think we're getting a straight answer, won't agree to that stipulation, which is very common and seems like a no-brainer if it's actually the case that, the music is going to stop at 10 p.m. or you typically close at 10 p.m. or whatever it is. So all of this stuff is just unprecedented. And it's true that every few years when this application comes back up, we have long meetings or a lot of discussion, a lot of complaints, but it's, it's because there's issues. So the board's been dealing with this for a long time, but it's stunning to me that this has been the response in light of all of that.
I guess the reason I'm fighting back is because I feel so attacked, and it happens every time. And I will stipulate to this. I will install tomorrow a timer that will automatically shut off the music at 10 p.m. I can do that.
Why can't you just agree to have it turned off? I mean, that's a great way to
No,
implement.
I will just do it. It'll be automatically. Then it will be up to no one. It will just happen automatically at 10 p.m.
Okay, again, that's a sort of means, but I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great way to ensure that the music's going to be off at 10. It's just suspect to me that you're still not willing to stand here and say, I will agree that music will be turned off at 10 p.m. It's like there's always this sort of like,
No,
it
I
just
will
feels like
agree.
you're trying to sort of get around it in a way.
No, I will agree that music will be turned off at 10 p.m. and it will happen automatically. It will be up to no one. I will set a timer. It will automatically be off at 10 p.m. every night, period.
Okay, so as it stands, we have a seconded motion to disapprove with the following stipulations on the floor. That the applicant agrees to a stipulation they will not obstruct any fire safety regulation necessities. The applicant agrees to a stipulation they will turn off the music at 10 p.m. and will install a timer to do so automatically. The applicant agrees to a stipulation that they will not offer ashtrays to customers. That is Russell.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to do a disapproval with stipulations. I don't think that's fair, frankly. So,
Okay.
Or really possible. So I think it's we either do an approval with the stipulations or we do a disapproval. So I think if the applicant is willing, it seems to me if the applicant is willing to agree to a stipulation to a 10 p.m. cutoff for the music, as I understand it, that's what the neighbors asked for. So I think with that stipulation, to me, I'm willing to approve with that.
So you'd like maybe take a friendly amendment from someone else for approve, or you just willing
I'll
to
just
withdraw
friendly
your
amend my own
motion, or?
resolution and do that. I mean, it may not be enough for other people, but I'm
I
open
feel
to
like Marco
discussion,
wants to
but
vote on the disapproval, and then we're gonna have like an approval vote or something. But I think we might do a chair's prerogative of, it feels like if we can agree to these three stipulations, Russell is willing to put forward a motion to approve.
yeah, what are the steps? Sorry, it's the 10 p.m. music.
No ashtrays to customers and not obstructing access to any fire safety regulation necessities.
Yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, it seems to me that was what the ask was from the neighbors. So I think I would say that's, yeah, I would do an approval with those steps.
Okay. I see Marco shaking his head no. Is there anyone who would second this motion to approve that Russell's? Okay, we've got that with Miles and Kimberly. Would anyone like to call the question? I see that. Okay. So that'll be Jane. Okay, so this is now, we're voting on a motion to approve. If you do not wish to vote to approve by either disapproving or abstaining, please let me know. Let's go to Marco.
Thank you. It's Parliament procedure, Lindsay. Right here, the motion was to disapprove was second. The first motion was never second. Therefore, the first motion never carry on. What we have to do as a Parliament procedure is to go with the disapproval. If the majority say yes, is done. If it said no, so somebody else can put a substitute motion and then somebody can put a motion to approve. But that is a parliament procedure.
So I disagree with you on that. In my understanding of Robert's rule, if the maker of the motion wants to withdraw or modify it even after it's been seconded, none of us actually need to agree to that, provided that he can ask permission of the chair to do so. And in my sense of like the prerogative that I would have in that rulemaking body for us in this setting, that feels like we had that sufficiently accomplished.
Respectfully, this is where there is a motion. In this case, that was the first motion. Somebody can come and say, I want to put a substitute motion, and the substitute motion has to be dealt first and then can be approved. Very simple. It's a parliament procedure right there.
Yeah, and I think we disagree on this, and I'm going to go with the way that I'm seeing it. So the motion is to approve. If you want to disapprove, or if anyone wants to abstain from that, please let me know. Otherwise, it's going to go down as a 12-0 approval. We'll go Robin and then Marco. Robin, you're a voting no.
Just so I'm following this colloquy properly, I'm voting no on the motion to approve.
That's correct.
Thank you.
All right. And Marco?
I'm voting no for approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And I am also going to be a no. So this is going to go down as
Jane.
Oh, excuse me, Jane. Did someone just say Jane? Jane, was your hand up?
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Lindsay, I'm sorry. I'm voting for the approval, even though Robin disapproves of my.
That's okay. You guys don't have to agree all the time. That's perfectly fine. All right. So this is then going to go down as a 9-3. TJ Stein is voting or abstaining? Abstaining. Okay. TJ Stein is abstaining. Okay, great. So then this is going to go down as an 8-1-3. All right. We did it. Let's move on to our next order of business. This is another outdoor dining cafe application for a sidewalk cafe. Is there a representative from Manna Madison doing business as Gina LaFornaria? I'm so bad at it. Okay, I'm glad you're here. You can tell us what your business is.
Yes, it's Gina LaFornaria. Thank you. We are here for about 16 years. It's not really a new application, I would say. We're doing the sidewalk cafe since we opened in 2010. So it is a small sidewalk, 4 tables and 14 chairs, I believe. So we will agree to all the regulations and rules of the DOT of the New York City. We haven't had any complaints about it. I don't know if we need anything else.
Would you agree to abide by all the Department of Transportation rules and regulations for operating an outdoor dining establishment?
Yes, of course.
Okay, great. Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Marco.
Thank you. Motion to approve as presented.
Okay, great. And it looks like you've got a second, and maybe Miles is going to call the question. Hooray. This is a motion to approve. If anyone is going to vote no or abstain, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 12-0 approval. Marco, your hand is up, but I believe it is just up in Legacy. Okay. All right, let's now go to our last piece of business in this section. Is there a representative from Kevrin LLC doing business as Bondurants here? Oh, great.
Ladies, I am the owner and manager of Bondurants. We're on 85th between first and second, picture second. We actually are finished the anniversary tomorrow of being here in the neighborhood. I also own a resident in the neighborhood. I live on St. 4th Street between First and York. So I really enjoy coming to these meetings as well as a community member. But we have an application in for a new sidewalk cafe for 3 table, 60. We don't have any music inside. And as far as I'm aware, I don't think we've ever had any noise complaints or complaints in general from the community residents that have been here. And of course, the community office is everyone else has agreed to watch all of these DOT local regulations.
All right, thank you very much. Is there anyone from the public that has questions or comments for this applicant? Seeing none, let's go to Miles.
Motion to approve is presented.
All right, and you've got seconds. Would anyone like to call the question? Okay, not Marco. Oh, Marco wants to say something before we call the question. All right, let's go to Marco.
I have a question. How far are you from the corner?
We are, I don't know the exact
Approximately.
approximately, I would say maybe 35, 40 feet.
75 feet approximately?
Oh, no, about 35 or so feet.
Oh, 30. Okay.
There's
Thank you. I
another
will support
restaurant
your
on the
application.
corner.
Thank
Great,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and now would someone like to call the question? DJ, or maybe I just saw his hand move, but he agrees. This is a motion to approve. If anyone would like to abstain or vote no, please let me know. Otherwise, this is going to go down as a 12-0 approval. Okay, great. Let's now move on to the third part of our agenda, which is new cannabis license. Do we have a representative from Belrose Migrant Center here tonight?
No, so essentially they submitted an entirely new 30-day notice. So it's basically kind of restarting the timeline on their application. Since they had changed a couple of things, it's an entirely new application from what was previously submitted. Their previous submission was Mojo Working. They were consistently laying over since the summer of last year.
And they haven't been in contact with you?
They have. They've been in contact and just let me know they needed to submit a new 30-day notice. I offered to let them come tonight if they had all their materials presented, but since it's a new 30-day notice for basically what is a new LLC and a new business, then essentially it's just we received it and then we can invite them to February instead.
Okay, so do we need to take action on this today, or is tabling this there's not a timeline that if we don't do anything, OCM has to make a decision?
No, I just have to send since they received a new 30-day notice, I just have to send a new form or a letter to OCM just saying that we've received now this new 30-day notice and we will hear them at XYZ meeting.
Okay, so I'll defer to the rest of the board, but my sense then is that this is a thing that we should table instead of do anything else with. That's my sense, but if someone has another sense, please let me know. Let's go to Miles.
Yeah, I'll just make a motion to table.
Anyone want to agree to that or second it? Okay, and maybe we call the question on this. Okay, so this is just going to reflect that. Actually, Jordan, I want to make sure that we have this right. This is This is just going to reflect that they were not here, but they are not looking to get an approval. They are looking to like start the clock over again.
Not even that. It's once they submitted their 30-day notice to us, that was already starting the clock over because they had submitted new information. I think the address is the same, but the LLC is going to be the same. And so because they had to change the trade name, they changed the trade name on their end. It's kind of restarting their own personal clock. And so whatever they've submitted to us previously, which they haven't because it was they've been laying over, would have not really done anything anyways. So we're just getting a new one. I kept them on the agenda because they have been laying over, but since they started like their own new timeline, basically, it's just we'll invite them to February.
Okay. All right. So it is then going to be a motion to table this. You all, this means that we're going to be done at 7:45 or earlier, I think. If anyone's going to be abstaining or voting no on this motion to table, please let me know. Otherwise, this will go down as a 12-0 approval. Okay. Is there anything else that anyone here has in the way of new business or motions to adjourn? Miles?
Yeah, I just in regards to the full board and the business, I forgot the name, the Swingers business. I think for
City
the full
Swiggers.
board, sorry,
City Swiggers.
City Swingers, apologies.
Not swingers,
That
but
I think it
okay.
might be very valuable to have those actual numbers and figures. I think Todd was figuring out and he sent it to me. I just think that'd be a good thing to have.
I think that sounds great if someone wants to do that, but I might have to do it too. Okay, fine. You're right. I'll have to talk about it, so I'll figure that out.
I can send you the link to the exact meeting it was from November 2023, but
Kimberly
I'll send
already
it
did
over to you.
it,
Oh,
so
perfect.
yeah, I know. All right, so then I'll I don't know, I'll use another I'll watch that again. Okay. Robin. Robin, you're muted.
Yes, I know we all want to end the meeting, but it was much more recent than 23. I'm pretty certain that I was not on the board in 23 and I remember the meeting. So,
It was full board in 2023, according to the
but wasn't there just our little committee more recently than that? Russell,
maybe if
I don't
someone
know.
else wants to remember that, I don't know if Jordan or Russell. I mean, you know what? We could also go check the internet because there was a big write-up on the live music, so we could timestamp it to that. We could go figure that out.
Okay.
Well, the last
Yeah.
time that they came before us at the Street Life Committee meeting was November 6, 2023.
It was, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't think I
Okay.
was on the board then.
Oh my.
Okay, thank
Time
you.
flies. Yeah. And I'm happy about my recollection there.
Thanks, Jordan.
Okay.
Welcome.
All right. Does anyone want to make a motion to approve? There you go, Kimberly. What do you want to say? Her mouth went under there, but there you go.
Motion to adjourn.
Hooray. All right, you got some seconds. Thank you, everyone. I will look forward to seeing you all in a few weeks. And I'm glad we did this one so efficiently. Hooray.